Hi, I'm Katie Ottleman, Director of Content and Communications with the Rochester Downtown Alliance, here to bring you another feature in our Community Spotlight series. They highlight a different person or group making an impact, collaborating with their neighbors, and innovating as Rochester responds to COVID-19. Overall, these features are meant to offer uplifting messages about the positive things happening in our downtown Rochester community. Let's take a look at the latest Community Spotlight feature. Welcome to the Community Spotlight series. I'm here with Brandon Helgeson, who has a variety of roles throughout the Rochester community. Brandon, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. All right, for those who may not know, Brandon, you are involved in the community through a variety of ways. Let's just briefly run down those.
First and foremost, a father in the community. That's probably my most important job. I also am the executive director for Rochesterfest. I own my own event production company, and I am the marketing and events manager for the Olmsted County Fair. And then I do have the pleasure of working with all you fine folks down at the RDA, providing event staff, and hopefully booking some summertime entertainment for Thursdays downtown.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. We need some entertainment and some quality outdoor time. So
absolutely,
fingers crossed. You have just explained a wide range of things that you're involved in. So briefly describe how you've kind of adapted your day-to-day based on since COVID-19 started.
Yeah, that's a unique challenge. As you can see, I'm not in my normal office. I'm in my makeshift basement office, which if I could show you the full view, you'd be like, what the heck does this guy have going on? It's a little bit of a dance club, a little bit of everything. So I've really had to adapt to being able to do a lot of stuff from a very small square footage, virtually. So for me, right out of the gate, it became, I had probably about a 10-minute breakdown saying, are my jobs going to be here? Is my business going to be here at the tail end of this? And then there's a couple of those that I realized, okay, I can't really control that. I'm really kind of at the riding the wave like the rest of a lot of other people are. So I really kind of made a decision early on that, okay, if there's some things that are out of my control, what are some things that I can control? For me, that was saying, all right, what limited skill set do I have that I can use to help out my community? So we've been trying to do a variety of different virtual programming, and a few of the key comments that I got was, how much it was needed, and that was in the very first week of this. So we really quickly ramped up and tried to offer up some other programming, and that really included, offering up some additional things. So we've got music lessons out there, we've got trivia out there, we've got just a wide variety of stuff of different virtual programming. And for me, that was my way to help out some area nonprofits by raising a little bit of money. We're just a drop in the bucket, obviously, but every little bit helps. And it was a way for me to show that, you can either sit here and cower or be mad or, whatever. But for me, it was, I always kind of coach my kids that if you don't like something, be the change, take the action. So I figured I better live by what I preach to my children. You can take a look at it and you can say, oh, this is just a terrible time, or you can take a look at it and say, this is a terrible time, but I took the time to enjoy my family. I took the time to learn something new. I took the time to gain a new perspective on that. It's not just our community, it's a global thing. So I think those are all positive aspects that you can pull out of this.
You kind of answered it a little bit, but what drives you to persevere amid everything that's going on with COVID-19?
Well, again, for me, this became kind of, I'm not a person that usually will get down, or that usually if you tell me I can't, I'll show you that I can. That's usually kind of my personality. That's a little bit tougher to do in this situation. So I really need to have something to stay positive about. And if it's that, last Saturday's acoustic show was raised a couple $100 for Channel 1, that's a positive to me. So that gives me something to focus on. If it's the fact that last week my 9-year-old decided she wanted to come down and be my co-host for trivia in her pajamas, that's something positive for me to focus on. So those are all things that I think that we can take a look at, and rather than say, well, we're all stuck here, what are some positive things that we're coming out of this? And I think those are all positive things. Rather than being negative, find a way to reach out virtually, or however it might be, to your neighbor, to your next door business owner, and say, what can I do to help? I've reached out to a couple different people There's another group that's going to be doing trivia. I said, hey, don't go spend money on stuff. I will give you a copy of, I'll give you a login to my software that I have. If it helps you out, if it helps you get through this. And I think we need to have that community thought process. So I think the positive thing is just be mindful of your neighbor. We're all dealing with it. It's not just you, it's everybody.
All right. Anything else that you want to share, Brandon?
Well, obviously check out Rochesterfest or the fairs or Big Bang's social media pages for some of the stuff we're doing. All of it is free of charge. If you're able to donate a little bit to what we're trying to raise money for, great. If not, we're still going to keep doing this as long as we're stuck in this situation. Keep supporting anything that you're passionate about during this time.
Great perspective. Thanks, Brandon. All right. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.